Welcome back to Arty Noobs with Channel Disturbance. This is a 105 leFH18B2, otherwise known as a leFH to ordinary tank drivers, or a leaf blower, or leFH if you're jingles. To Arty Noobs players, it's known as Fifi La Pew Pew, and it's located on the west spawn of Airfield under the command of iatetokyo. Game started. Well, as you may well know, it's got a 105mm light field howitzer. That's where you get that leFH in the name from. It's the most, well, it's the most heavily produced Arty that the Germans produced during the war. Very efficient, and in fact most people, when they thought that they were being hit by 88s, were actually being hit by a 105mm gun like this. And this one was mounted on the top of a Char B1 that was captured by the Germans. They manufactured 16 of these, not that many, but they were very efficient in terms of design, but unfortunately weren't put into the frontline service. They were kept in reserve as garrison tanks. Okay, well, iatetokyo is now aiming at the enemy. First target is a T-50, and from the looks of it, that might be a Unicum. Yeah, I'm afraid there's a little purple star next to his details. Tends to indicate that that guy is actually a Unicum. I don't focus on XVM myself, but I like to have the information there available. He goes for the T-50 again, hits the rock face. Instead he's going to go for that T-34S, which is more of a problem at the moment. Rounds out. Direct hit. In fact, actually, I think it landed in front of him for 129 splash. Go for another shot. Rounds out. Right into his rear. 178 off that one. It's got quite a fast reload. 7.85 seconds. And that's without using the coffee and croissant to increase the reload speed. And that T-50 is in a lot of trouble. Now he's dead. So, first kill. Now we've got an M5 Stuart. It's a tier 5 game, by the way. We're top tier. Okay, work out where he's headed and then put the shell there. No, he had the opportunity to shoot several times. All you need to do is work out how far you have to lead the tank, and he led that one too far. You just need to lead it just a little so they walk back into the shell. Okay, rounds out. Oh, close, but not quite. Okay, switching over to the north. Got a Type 95 and a T-34S. Dialing in on Type 95. Well, it's perfectly dialed in, but the target, well, he's decided to go for the Valentine because the Type 95 pulled back behind the rock. And now the Valentine's behind the rock as well. Rounds out on the Type 95 and he one-shots it. Overwhelmed it. Now this round will do 410 alpha if it penetrates, and of course it could penetrate Type 95. It's got very weak armour. 53mm of armour is all it needs to get through. Okay, going for the VK3001. Well, it was close, but it just landed in front of him. Almost loaded. Rat on target, rounds out, and no, he pulled away from that position. Unfortunately, he just got a kill. And we're firing long. You haven't got a huge amount of rounds with this gun. You can't blast away forever just hoping that you can hit something. It's ideal to actually let it dial in on target before you shoot. If not, you try to dial in as much as you can, lead the target just enough to take him out. Okay, work out, that's it. He was doing it there. Rounds out, this should be a hit. Oh, it zipped over his engine deck. So lucky that Striv. Well, so Strodny Viz 39 actually. Medium tank in check. Okay, now we can get his rear, and he's gone. Okay, DW2, Volkswagen? Can never get that one right. pulled away. It's going to miss. Every target he seems to be aiming at pulls away just after he completes the aim. Just need to adjust and fire. And okay, he's given up 2 obvious targets there. M10, dialing in. Rounds out. And he got his kill. Now, can he get this M8A1? It's a bit faster moving. Just need to lead the target a little. That's going to miss. Yeah, if you aim directly at the target before you shoot, you'll miss, because the target, if it's moving, will just get out of the way. So all you need to do is lead the target by enough so that the shell meets the target as they drive in. Okay, there's the M8A1. Now he's stationary. Unfortunately, he's getting hits on our OI experimental. Again, not looking at the target, and we've lost that OI experimental. And again, he's fired at where the tank was, not where it is. You need to lead the target enough. You did get it right on one of the tanks, but you didn't get it right on that one. Okay, VK3001H. Dialed in, rounds out. That's better. It was a stationary target. Unfortunately, we're now down to just 2 teammates. And he's killed the VK. So he's got 4 kills now. But it's just him and a Panzer 38NA versus 4 enemies. Now, thankfully, that Panzer 38NA should be able to spot for us. He's got very low hit points though. That's the problem. One shot and he's probably out the game. But then the Fifi does have fairly good view range on its own, 390 meters. Now we know where 2 of those enemies were last seen. The DW2 and the Stuart were both seen up on Temple Mount. So they're slightly to the south. But up here we're looking for the M8A1. And the last enemy is the SU-122A, who's probably back on the other side of the map. So we're looking for that M8A1. Oh, there's the DW2. Okay, now lead the target. Dial in. Lead the target. Better, but not quite on target, and we've lost sight of him again. There's the Stuart. Okay, now we can get that. He's stationary. Lead the target. That's better. Not quite. He's got 18 rounds left to do it. I have the impression that DW2 and the Stuart are actually hunting the Panzer 38NA rather than trying to come over here and kill iatetokyo. Oh, tree went down. Somebody's just there. Somebody just went below. We're at the aim point. There was somebody definitely in those trees there. He's looking further up. You always have to, as an Arty player, you have to look for clues to where the enemy is. Any sign, any indication that they're moving through the scenery and knocking things down as they go. The other thing to do is to aim ahead of where your teammates can see. Oh, there's the DW2. He's been spotted. And the M8A1. He's got no shot because that structure is in the way of the tower. Okay, he's out the way now. Can we get a shot? Dialing in. Let it settle. Oh, yes! Well, he got it even though it wasn't fully dialed in. But there's the DW2 now. Can we get these shots? Lead the target a little. That's it. Rounds out. And direct hit. He led the target just enough to make the shell go in. He's fired another one in just to be sure. No, he's not there anymore. He is on the move. Yes, things like that structure can actually get in the way. Sometimes you're aiming at a target and a telegraph pole will actually prevent you hitting the target. And I've actually had instances where a shell has hit a telegraph pole instead of the target I was aiming at. And of course then, you know, that can be very inconvenient if you lose a game because of it. Now, I have the feeling that iatetokyo is aware that he might be the next target after the M8A1 was killed. So he's moving away from his current firing position. DW2 might be headed this way to deal with him first before he deals with the Panzer 38NA. If I was in the Panzer 38NA right now, I'd be on the way to try and find the enemy Arty. Well, no sign. Oh, knocks a tree down. You shouldn't do that. That will tell the enemy Arty where you are if he's looking in the right place at the right time. He might ping the map to let his teammates know where to go as well. There's the M5A1 Stuart. And the DW2. Oh, there he is. There's both of them. He can get both of them. He's been spotted. Fires around and kills the M5 Stuart. That's his top gun. Now he just needs to get this DW2. And it's Arty hunting time. Fires a blind round. Oh, he's got him! He took him out. He got the DW2 with a blind shot. He worked out where he was. Oh, that was so lucky. But he took a chance and it worked. 13 rounds now to kill that enemy Arty, and he's got his Radleys. I'm sure the Panzer 38NA will allow him to get that. They could platoon to get a brothers in arms instead, but I'm sure the Panzer 38NA appreciates that. After all, he's got 7 kills already. He's only 1 away from getting a Radley Walters. He's at 950 hit points so far. It doesn't look as if he's going to get the 1,000 hit points he needs to get the high caliber. But all he needs to do now is find, or the Panzer 38NA to find that enemy Arty, and then iatetokyo to take him out with 1 aim shot. There he is. He's been spotted. Now, just dial in on him. That's it. He's engaging our... Oh, he's shotgunned our Panzer 38NA. So he's lost the chance of surviving the battle. But we know where the SU-122A is, and we've got a 105mm gun. He's probably in reload. He might have a 158mm gun. But he's not going to be loaded yet, and now he's dead, and that's a Radley Walters. And wins the game. Well played, iatetokyo. Just a pity on the aiming. You need to practice that. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, it's a first class tank for iatetokyo in the 105 leFH18B2. He managed to get a bruise medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 18 in that game. A Radley Walters for getting 8 kills on the enemy, and a Top Gun for getting 6. Unfortunately, no, he didn't get enough damage to actually end up with a high caliber. Let's have a look at team scores and we'll see what we mean. Well, 1,473 hit points of damage. The T-34 Shield did 1705. He got the high caliber and a Top Gun for the enemy team. When it came to kills, of course, he's got the highest number here. He got 8, whilst the T-34 Shield had only got 6. And no, everybody else, two kills or less. When it came to base XP, he's got the highest on that as well. So he's got the top in all 3 columns. Well, on his own team, but of course the T-34 Shield had got more on damage. 898 base experience points, 857 to the OI experimental, and 538 goes to the 38NA. Let's have a look at detail. Fired 30 rounds, got 11 direct hits, 4 penetrations, 12 splash, damage of 1,473, of which 1,328 were at more than 300 meters. Obviously the difference is that SU-122A right at the end where he shotgunned at close range. He got 10 direct hits on the enemy, or 10 enemies damaged, 8 kills, and he earned 25,006 credits for the game, 50,000 for the Veni Vidi Vici, and after resupply of ammunition took away 83,669 credits. He picked up 898 XP for the game, times 2 for the first victory, 539 because this being a premium vehicle, one of only 2 premium SPGs in the game overall. We would like some more, please, Arty. And 3,233 experience points altogether. So, yes, he says leFH is evil against bots. Were these bots? I'm afraid, yes, some of them were bots in this game. The bots are identified by the semicolons against the name. There, you see? Those are the bots. Yep, they did appear, and they were on both sides of the game. Now, was that DW2 a bot? Yes, it was. So it was a very well-played bot, but it was a bot nonetheless. And was that Stuart a bot? Actually, there's the DW2, so that was the one on his own team. Was the Stuart a bot? Yes, in fact, a lot of these tanks were bots. Most of them were bots. But there you go. It does happen sometimes, and I think this is on the NA server, so that's where you're likely to see them, either that or on the SCA server. So if you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel. We get great replays all the time, and it'd be a pity if you miss one, so hit that notification button. Thanks for watching.